Namaste. Peace and blessings, family. Coming back at you with another Magick La Croix Productions. And before I even get started today, what I want to say is, if you are easily offended by anything that I might say, you might want to turn this off right now, because what I'm going to speak on today is going to be a very serious subject. It took me at least a week to actually decide to do this particular video, but I think it's one that needs to be said. With that said, again, with this disclaimer, if you are easily offended, or if you think that I am spewing racism or anything like that, you might want to the front door, exit stage right now. Okay, because what I am really going to speak about is spiritual illness. We as melanated people have a deep-rooted spiritual illness. It's all around us. We have a self-hatred of ourselves. This comes, believe it or not, and is even listed in history books. This comes from slavery days. This is leftover Willie Lynch syndrome. We hate ourselves. We hate the way we look. We hate the way we talk. We hate everything that encompasses us as melanated people, as spirited as we are. The current dumbass of the industry, Raven-Symoné, is a perfect example. Now, I know a lot of people who support Raven-Symoné and support, oh, she should be able to say what she wants, it's her opinion. That's bullshit. Why? Because she is the epitome of black self-hatred. She makes these statements out of ignorance mostly, but I believe, in my personal opinion, that she's been spoon-fed this. And what network do you know is going to take off a person who has that much self-hatred off the air? It's not going to happen. I don't care how many petitions that you sign or whatever. That this serves their agenda. It further serves their agenda. Her with her little blonde hair and she even made the dumbest statement I have ever heard in my life. She said she is not African American. She said she is dark white. What the fuck is dark white? What is that? They're gonna see her as a nigga no matter what. So she is just the epitome. I just only threw her out there as an example. I seriously can't stand her. I can't stand nothing about her, but I understand she's being used as a pawn, and so she is actually serving her purpose. We were pitted together against each other, I should say. We were pitted against each other in slavery times. See the movie Django. I finally saw it like 2 years ago, against my own wishes. But they would feed, like on Sundays, this was their sport. They would feed slaves whiskey and have them fight against each other to the death. Now remember I said behavior traits are passed down throughout DNA. And Willie Lynch is in full effect. We absolutely hate ourselves. This happens even in the magical arts. We hate to see another occultist succeed. There's no reason for that, because there's room for all of us here. All of us. We all don't do the same things. We all don't serve the same agenda. We all don't have the same products and services. All of us has our own niche. There's plenty of room for all of us in this art. Plenty of room. I've spent some time in Caucasian occult circles, and you don't see the bickering, the fighting. You don't see them. They may disagree with each other, but they're not going to throw magic at each other. It's just not in it's not in their makeup like it's in our makeup to tear each other down. This is why they win constantly. Even in the magical arts, it's something as simple as being an occultist. We still hate each other. I've seen people being magically attacked by other melanated people. I'm like, what the fuck? Just because we disagree don't mean that we should throw magic at each other just because we can do it. That doesn't make any kind of sense. A magical attack is way worse than a physical attack. Trust me on this. A magical attack, properly executed, can fuck your whole life up. It's not necessary. We don't have the same thoughts. We don't have the same brainwaves. We don't have the same thought patterns. So in that, if we agree, we can agree to disagree and go our separate ways. Magic has been used against us since forever. Since we've been on the shores and they've learned our magical arts, has been used against us. We are constantly being attacked on a daily basis, magically, spiritually, mentally, and if you see any cop videos, physically. These are all war tactics, all of them. And they work very well, but they don't have to do much because we're too busy fighting each other. I hate to use this term because I hate it because it's so overused and so misused. Hating on one another is just played out. You don't see this among Caucasians in their circles. They will support each other even if they don't like each other. That's not us. They will come together against us even if they don't have any kind of common ground. A perfect example, you go onto Yahoo, look at any Yahoo article, and you will see the racial hatred towards black people. You'll see it. I can make an intelligent response and shut down a lot of people, and you know what will happen? They will press the dislike button so many times that comment gets hidden. They know this. I've seen it constantly. They don't agree, they will shut you down. They don't even have to know each other just to know to do that. You see what I'm saying? But we don't have this same mind state. Like I said, there's plenty of room for all of us here. All of us. I have good friends who are cultists, who are master occultists, who are constantly being attacked by black occultists for no reason at all, except they don't want to succeed. They don't want to see them succeed. That got to be the dumbest, most insane thing I've ever seen. We'll fight against each other, but when it comes time to fight against them, quietness. There's no unity there. That's asinine. That hatred for each other is so ingrained in our DNA that it happens, even in the spiritual arts. This is a tragedy. It's got to stop. We have got to come together whether we like each other or not. I don't like a lot of people just because I'm a Virgo. But if it's going to help my melanated brothers and sisters, I'm all for it. I have a good sister. She's a good sister in the craft. She's a very good friend of mine, fellow occultist. Oshun Offset Mayat. She's very gifted, very powerful witch. And she has a good YouTube following, and she is out of sight. She really is. I talk to her regularly, and she is on it. She has a store. I have a store. We're not competing against each other. She has her own niche. I have my own niche. I have my own products. She makes her products. And as you can see, I just spent just about a minute cross-branding her. See how easy that is? There's room for everybody in this craft. It is. We just, it just saddens and disconcerts me to see how self-loathing we are. I can name a few celebrities, but I think you get the point. I pointed out dumbass Raven, but she's just that stupid. Honestly. Another thing is that, here's the thing. Okay, you can do whatever you want. Do as I will. I'm a firm believer in that. However, the attack on the black family has been ongoing for a very long time. They realized that our family structure was our foundation. Now, what I'm about to say, you may not agree with. That's fine. You got your opinion. Here's mine. Homosexuality and the way it's running rampant in our communities is how another tactic they have used against us. Now, I don't want to hear this bullshit about people being born that way. That's bullshit. You know that's bullshit. Okay? People would, of course, people been gay for a long time. That's fine. But you gotta understand, food products, fluoride in water, they taint the meat, calcified pineal glands, constant media propaganda, and this is not natural for us. As hard as it is for you to believe that, this is not natural to our culture. It never has been. Take it or leave it. That is a Roman culture. They even have it on their statues. They have statues of them with little boys. The person who wrote the Bible, King James, known fucking pedophile. Known. Okay? Look it up. Everything's on Google. Our people don't want to read. Okay? It destroys our family structure. It does. I'm not against doing what you want. You can do what you want. However, just understand that it's not normal. It is an abnormal behavior. You're not born gay. Stop it. Just cut it out. You're not born gay. You learn that behavior. You got these boys walking around trying to be men and looking like women and switching and just acting more womanly than women do. And then you got the opposite of women trying their best to flatten their tits and doing everything that they can to look like men. Let me break it down for you. Real simple and plain. No matter what you do, you cannot change your DNA. I don't give a damn what you do. I don't give a damn how two women can get together and say they fucking. No. You're simulating fucking. You're simulating making love. You're simulating having sex. How two people gonna have sex if you fucking with a dildo? How? How's that happen? Think logically, because we don't do it. We don't use our brains anymore. Extreme Dora pause. Okay, I did it that time. Okay, it's funny, but it's not funny. You know, like I said, continued propaganda in the media with just examples of in the 20s. I've done some research about in the 20s how they would show us a black baby drinking ink, calling it nigger milk. You think any of this has changed? None of this has changed. It's not as blatant, but it's still there. It's still there. Even the old Bugs Bunny band. I got a hold of band Walt Disney cartoons, you should see the racism in those. They're banned for a reason. America would like to erase its racist history, but it's all there. They like to hide it, and God forbid, don't talk about it. Why? It's still there. You have Big Freedia. It's something I saw. I'm like, not only is he trying to look like a woman, he trying to look like an ugly ass woman. Who the fuck is it? Who put? I ain't gonna say who put it there. We know who puts it there. Why do these people sign up for this bullshit? Why? Why do you got Omar Epps sold out? Why do you think they put them in dresses? Why do they put black men constantly in dresses? CeeLo Green, the dude from Everybody Hates Chris. I can go on and on, even on like those runway models, those male run dresses. Why are they doing that? It's the emasculation of the black male. One of the first tactics to destroy culture is you effeminate the male. They've done an excellent job at doing this. Where are the white male shows like this? Where are they? They don't exist. What happened to Mafia Wives? What happened to that? Where white women was getting on there acting ratchet. They took it off. It's gone. But Love and Hip Hop is still on. And those housewives shows or whatever. I don't even know the name of them anymore. Even in simple commercials, you'll see this constant subtle racism. This is how black people act. And they show this around the world. It's only six major corporations that own the media, that control what you see and hear. And they spread it throughout the world. That's right. They still are showing you in a negative light, in all kinds of negative lights. The only person who said he was not going to give up his dignity and wear a dress was Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, I salute you, brother. I mean, you got the utmost respect from me. He did not want to wear that dress. He said he was never going to wear that dress. He's been banned from Hollywood. Why you never see Dave Chappelle anywhere? Because he wouldn't follow the rules, so to speak. Here's another point. Like I said, a lot of this is going to upset people, but you need to hear it. We got to stop being scared of our own people. Stop being scared to speak out. Wigs and weave. It's okay to wear wigs and weave and all this. But you got to understand what you're doing to yourself. Anything that can straighten your natural hair is bad for you. Bobby Hemmett said on a lecture that they did autopsies on women and was finding green slime on their brains from the chemicals. When you wear a weave, you are weaving into your own hair someone else's DNA, someone else's energy. Taking on somebody else's energy is never good, ever. You don't know what's going on with that person. It can fuck you up, it can fuck your aura up. But I compliment sisters when I see them wearing their natural hair and they're wearing the styles of the 60s, like the big old afros or the afro puffs. Anything that shows us as a people. You know, these people look at you and they laugh because y'all wearing these weaves. It's a big business. $4 billion one year. It was spread all over the internet. It was on the news about how much black women wear weave, the wigs. What's wrong with your natural hair? Like Malcolm has said, who taught you to hate yourself? We got to get back to our spirituality, because our spirituality is our strength. You know what I'm saying? Because you begin to think on a whole different level. When you think esoterically, nothing can stop you. Nothing can bother you. You think for yourself. You see everything. And you receive messages from the ancestors. We don't eat healthy. we eat all these people. I'm so sick of seeing people getting into fights at McDonald's. It's like, that's what that food is doing to you, really. You can eat whatever you want as long as if you're going to do that, at least fast. Fast and cleanse yourself. A 3-day fast with nothing but water and alkaline water at that will reset and regenerate your entire immune system, your entire digestive system. It helps you. We don't even think logically anymore. You don't see me bashing Christians. However, all this praying to Jesus and whether you want to think about it or not, Christianity was beat into you. It was. It's a fact. You weren't allowed to read anything other than the Bible. You got caught reading, you were killed. At the very least, beat viciously. Why is that? But you still want to pray to somebody who has not saved any of us? You may think that he saved you individually, but what about the masses of black people who still catching hell? We still are locked out of jobs and corporate jobs and institutionalized racism. We don't think logically. It's like, oh, God had a plan. What kind of God would put you through some of the most brutal and despicable acts ever in recorded history? What kind of God would do that to you? Why would you serve a God like that? No thank you to that for me. No thank you. I'll pass on that. Jesus is modeled after Horus or Heru, which is where the word hero comes from. By the way, there were 16 crucified saviors with the same story way before the Jesus Christ story. Krishna was one of those stories. Alright? That's one to ponder as well. But we tend to overlook things like, oh, this is in... Come on with that. Think. Really think. Why I listen to mantras early in the morning? This is why. It helps me get ready to be around mortals. Around people who vibrate at a very low energy. It prepares me. I'm not saying that to be saying this to be hurtful or to demean anyone, but it's the truth. And like I said, we gotta stop being scared to speak the truth. I don't give a damn about having friends. My purpose of making these videos is to get this information out to you. I have nothing but love for my brothers and sisters, and I wish we would wake up. But you know what? There's a plan in place for us not to wake up. Okay, so now that I'm off my soapbox, there are, like I said, some of the most peaceful people, the most peaceful people that I know are cultists. And the reason that we are so a peaceful people is because we are in touch with nature, we're in touch with the universe. These mantras to various deities, which are divine principles within yourself, they align your DNA and allow you to be at peace and in harmony with the universe. And once you're at that state of mind, can't nothing stop you at all. There's room in this spiritual world for all of us. We can all do what we have to do. We can all unify. We can take the spirit of the 60s and take it to a whole brand new level. We just need to stop the hatred towards each other. I mean, it does nothing but tear us apart, and it serves their agenda. Now, Um, magical tools. Magical tools. I just want to make one point before I sign off. Magical tools are necessary only when you first begin. They're nothing but focal points. Like if you ever seen the movie The Craft, one of my favorite all-time movies. Just watched it again a week ago. One of the, all the stuff when you saw the 4 girls go out to the park and then they were using those tools, they've nothing but they help you focus. They help you focus your mind to like a pinpoint, like a laser, like a wand. The wand, like when you call to the corners, hail to the watchtowers of the east or something like that. I sell this at my store, the Magick La Supply Shop.com. This is one of my favorite wands here. It's very simple. I mean, you can do something as simple as just pointing your finger like that. But imagine if you focus all your energy and extended that energy through that point. See what I'm saying? When I practice clipothic magic, I use this particular wand a lot because I was calling corners in a different way than what they did in the movie. But the clip-off is the inverse side of the Kabbalah. And speaking of the same movie, if you remember when Nancy was reading a book in the church, she was reading a book on the Kabbalah. Kabbalah is very powerful. Very powerful. And now, before I sign off, a ritual. I'm going to stop spoiling y'all though, with these rituals. So, if you want to bring someone to you, this ritual is, it's called a love ritual. I don't see it that way because to me, it's to start a flame in someone for you. So here's what you do. On the night of Venus, which is a Friday, as the moon waxes, on a piece of paper, parchment paper, you draw a heart that drips blood. Very simple drawing here. Let's see if you can see that. Like that. I'm sure you can do better than that, but I did that on short notice just to illustrate my point. Now, you do that as big as you want. On the reverse side of that, what you do is you write your name and you write your potential lover's name. You anoint a small red candle. If you want to use a big candle, you can use a big candle. But for me, I would use a small, not real small, but maybe half the size of a regular size taper candle. You anoint that red candle with love oil. I use Come To Me oil, which is also located in the Magick La Supply Shop.com. Like I said, I have all kinds of supplies, occult supplies, that you need, the lowest prices on the internet. You anoint that candle. If you want to get real good with it, you can draw the sigil of Venus, or draw your name and draw your lover's name. That's always a good idea anyway, because when fire burns, it's going to take that energy into the universe. And once you anoint that red candle, what you do, you go ahead and you, as you light the candle, you say these words. You say, burn flame, light this love, bright as the stars above, cause love's heart to beat for me, light this passion for all to see. You say that 3 times as that candle burns. You let it burn for at least 10 minutes. And then you snuff it out. And as the candle goes out, you say that chant again 3 times. You repeat this daily until that candle is totally consumed. Okay. That's my ritual. I've gotten off my soapbox. I just wanted to, this has been actually just bothering me. Which is why I refuse to watch much TV unless I'm watching movies for esoteric knowledge. We got to start loving each other the way we used to. Get back to our family structure. This has been Magick La Croix for another Magick La Croix production. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace and love. I'm out.